What's up, guys? Just another vlog, keeping updates going and keeping myself accountable with a lot of things, music, faith, and otherwise. And today it's going to be about working out. And I'm going to talk about what happened to me last week and the thing that prevented me from practicing a lot last week. So last week was the week right after my big performance at the San Jose Academy of Music. So the 3 weeks leading up to the performance, I did no exercise. That's partly because I was sick for part of those 3 weeks, and then that last week right before the recital, I had gotten well, but I had also lost a ton of muscle, and then I also decided it would not be a good idea for me to all of a sudden start working out right before a recital after 2 weeks of not having worked out. So anyway, all in all 3 weeks, I didn't work out. And then I did the recital, and then the Tuesday following week after the recital, which was last week, I decided to go meet up with my trainer and do a bunch of lifting. And I told my trainer I had not done any exercise at all. So he decided, it'd be a good idea to wake your muscles up. Give them a wake-up call and make you do a bunch of heavy lifting today and try to make your arms grow back to where they were 3 weeks before overnight. I didn't even think that was possible until I tried it last week, but anyway. We did that, so I did a bunch of lifting last Tuesday, so a week from today, a week previously from today, and the very next day I was so sore that I couldn't play any instrument, any of the instruments that I play. I was just sore all over my arms, and I need mobility to play things like guitar or drums or violin, and none of that mobility, none of my dexterity and mobility was working for me, because I had eradicated all of that ability in one night by trying to grow my biceps overnight. So I'm never doing that again. And I am creating this blog essentially to tell all y'all that if you are a musician and you like to work out as well, you probably should not do anything super strenuous that will cause you to not want to play, which is what happened to me last week. I couldn't even do this without pain last week. I can do this kind of, and when I try to make my arms go as limp as possible this way, it still hurts on both sides. More so here, and a little less here, but still, it kind of hurts. And that is a testament to the soreness that is a result of trying to grow my arms overnight. I told you that I'm doing these vlogs also as a sort of accountability to myself, and so that you guys can learn from what happens to me. And for you musicians out there that like to work out, once again, I just want to tell you that I don't know about you, but for me, the working out should serve the music, and the music is still my source of bread and butter. And everything else revolves around that as far as making a living and trying to stay healthy and be a better person and being able to stay on top of my game, etc., etc. And so even if exercise is an important thing, if it is preventing you from being able to play, which is what happened to me last week, That's not a good thing. I was so tight around my arms that I couldn't do this. And when you play violin, there's a lot of this kind of motion going up and down the neck of the violin. I was so tight last week that I couldn't do that. And when you play guitar, you also have this kind of motion. Violin, guitar. Both motions and both instruments were virtually impossible last week. I could play a little bit of drums, but that's because it's going kind of an outward motion like this when you play drums, as opposed to like this a lot. And that really hurt. That was the first time I really hurt myself trying to play an instrument, because I had arms that would just not let my dexterity give way to my playing. And because my arms were so tight, I think my tendons were also caught up in the tightness of my arms. And I mean, my muscles were so tight, I couldn't do the little movements that are required for my level of playing. And so you want to not do things like that, especially if you're a musician of considerably high caliber. You know, don't do really heavy strenuous stuff the night before a recital. You will shoot yourself in the foot. You will not be able to play, no matter how good you are. You're gonna have to wait for more than a week, like I had to. Just today, I was able to play a little more. But that was after a week of being in pain because my arms were so sore and so tight that I could not pick up an instrument and play as well as I usually do. And so just remember that if you're a musician, make everything revolve around how well you play, including the health things that you do for yourself, like exercise. Make sure that you do not hurt yourself to the point where you cannot play anymore, or you're screwed. So, I've been told never to exercise as a musician, as a young musician growing up. That's not true, but at the same time, you should not over-exercise. So there's two separate ends of the spectrum, and there's a healthy middle. You should definitely stay healthy and stay on top of your health game in order to do well in life and stay healthy. And at the same time, there's a way to exercise that is not good, where you overdo things and you're sore and you can't do anything in life because you're sore. So don't do that either. If this was helpful, let me know in the comments below. Give me a shout out. I would love to do more things like this. Stay healthy, keep playing well, and I'll see you in the next vlog. Love you all. Bye. Peace.